The Ford Fiesta is a small car that you can really enjoy driving. It's cheap to buy and run, stylish to look at and available with lots of high-tech kit, although alternatives have roomier interiors. The Ford Fiesta is a decent, good value small car with a bit of a recall and high character. On the one hand, it has some sensible high-tech features you normally only find on more expensive, bigger cars, but at the same time, it's really quite fun to drive. That said, from looks alone you wouldn't guess every version of the Fiesta is fun to drive. Z-Check models look smart but unassuming, bigger new models get a fancy chrome front grille and only ST-line models get sporty bumpers and a little spoiler on the boot. If you want your Fiesta to look as cool as possible, then get the 3-door version, but go for the 5-door if you regularly use the back seats. Things inside don't look quite as trendy, and if you want a small car that feels properly funky, then the Citroën C3 is a better bet. On the plus side, the Fiesta's dashboard is covered in soft touch plastics that feel way more expensive than the rock-hard materials you'll find in a C2 and the full top-spec 8-inch color infotainment system is really bright and sharp, although its menus are a bit fiddly to navigate, unlike the system in the VW Polo. What you might not expect from a relatively inexpensive small car is the Fiesta's fancy optional Bang & Olufsen sound system. It sounds far better than the sound system in any other car this size and price, and it's worth buying if you like your tunes and like them loud. You won't be blown away by the amount of space your rear passengers get though. The back seats are fairly cramped even in 5-door models, and the VW Polo and C2 are a much better bet if you're going to carry passengers regularly. The Fiesta's boot isn't as big as the Polo's or Ibiza Z, but there's still room for a big suitcase. It's worth remembering the Fiesta is a small car, so boot space will always be a bit limited. What the Fiesta lacks in practicality it more than makes up for with its superb 12-inch petrol engines. You only really consider the 1.0-litre 12-inch petrol with 100 HP, because it has more than enough pep to get you up to speed. It's pretty economical and has a sporty, raughty sound when you accelerate. You'll either love it or find it a bit grating. And accelerate you will, because the Fiesta is one of the most fun small cars to drive fast around corners, thanks to accurate steering and lots of grip. It's safe and has lots of optional kit, including adaptive cruise control to help keep you a set distance from the car in front without touching the pedals. If you tend to drive more sedately, then the Fiesta is still impressive. The cabin is quiet and most models get a 6-speed manual gearbox that helps keep engine noise down at motorway speeds. The suspension does a good job of ironing out bumps in the road too, although it's worth noting that the sportier ST-line version's firm, sporty suspension does feel a bit less comfy than other models around town. Take into account the Fiesta's reasonable price and it's a superb small car, especially if you're happy to prioritize farming technology over outright practicality, and in that case you'd probably be better off with a bigger car such as a VW Golf anyway. You can read more in-depth info on the Ford Fiesta in our following interior, driving and specification reviews sections.